Oh, welcome back to the farm. You see, I've made a new addition to the landscaping. What I mean by that is, let me come up over here, trying to scare the squirrel, which I just did. This is what I mean by landscaping. So that line landscaping, which I refer to, the reason being, let me move over here. Sorry, buddy. You see how it's will eventually screen off that seating area. Privacy is always a nice thing. The other thing is that was a depressed area in the yard. It has sunk down. So by me making a circular raised bed, that gives it more of an element and attraction. And if you're wondering where the stones are, I had those from another part of the yard that just did not do well. That bed did not do anything at all. So I just repurposed the stones. And it looks great. Has a nice focal feature. So don't rule out stones if you're wanting to have more naturalized look or shape. It is a lot more pricier, but they last forever. And with the pandemic, a lot more people were leaning to stones because the price of lumber shot up. I always say you should always have elements of all. This is my personal opinion. Also, the reason why I raised this up was, one, as you can see, big old oak tree, decent sized gumball. So there's a lot of tree roots in there. I didn't want to disturb those roots. I also didn't want to plant this directly into the ground, so I wanted to raise it up. Well, again, I just said I had this old stone garden bed from another part of the yard that just didn't do anything, so I just took everything out there to repurpose and to save money, because I didn't have to buy anything from this. And I still need to add some fertilizer to this bed. But that being said, let's talk about the plant. You've been talking about the bed, but you haven't talked about the plant. So this is what we call an oak leaf hydrangea. If you're from the southern or southeast US, you would know instantly. Very popular plant. This is actually a snow queen, one of the more popular crotals. Has white flowers. These flowers will not change because of the pH in the soil, unlike other hydrangeas. This can grow up to, what, 8 feet? Get about 6 feet wide. Even though it's a hydrangea, it's named oak leaf because of these leaves shaped like, it looks like an oak. That makes better sense. And to give you a better idea, you can see how the lobes of this oak tree looks very similar to this. The sole reason why I end up selecting it, I can trim this down or shape it, and that would look amazing from a landscape point of view. These are native plants. They do like afternoon shade, so this is a perfect candidate for here. You see it's getting some filtered light, which means it gets morning sunlight, it gets some evening sunlight, but it doesn't get the high heat of the afternoon sunlight, unlike my blueberries. This does have a bronze, purplish, reddish color in the fall, so it's a great element to have if you like having color in your yard in the fall. Even the bark will have color. Grows about 1.5 feet a year. I do need to fertilize this bed, which I'll do later. But the sole idea here is, you can see how open my neighbor's yard is, and I've never quite liked that. So what I might do, or the idea is, let this grow up, shape it, and let it fill out, and this is going to act as a block or a screen, if you will. Or some people will call it a living fence, even though this is not quite a living fence. But that is the idea. So there's many creative ways you can do. This is how willing and how much time. No, it's not so much time. It's just find a candidate that fits the area and go from there. So if you're thinking about making something like this, again, this is something to give you an idea or inspiration. Or if you do want to have more privacy from neighbors, if you do live in a more urbanized zone like I do, this is another way where you can spend some money. Let me rephrase that. You spend some money up front, but get more benefits out of it. This is a lot cheaper to me putting a brand new fence up or putting in more privacy plants that do require full sun. So that's another option. So it's going to take a few years, but we'll see what happens. I believe it'll do quite well, and I'll show you what this looks like here in the fall. But this has been Tulsa Urban Gardener. Tulsa Urban Gardener. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I will catch you in the next video. And as always, feel free to like, sub, or comment. Thanks a my.